Good evening. So, just a couple quick videos getting them out there to show people where the different invasive species are and exactly how to beat them. Of course, the first one's Yian Garuga, and you really literally cannot miss it because it's a part of actually progressing the story of the game. So as long as you did that, you're fine. All you really have to do for this one, it's training you how to pick up tracks and then to attack its leg. And once you break the leg, the fight's over. So I'm going to use this one as a bit of a quick explainer for invasive species in general. In general, they're basically puzzle fights. These guys are typically monsters that are significantly stronger than you, and the specific fights they're in, you just really literally can't do enough damage to actually kill them until you've made them retreat at least once. I think you can fight them inside of the little den that they're in, but they'll be incredibly hard if you're actually fighting them at the earliest point in the game in which you can encounter them. The biggest advantage to encountering them is to actually unlock the monster that is associated with them. Like, Yian Garuga will unlock Rathian. So, you beat them, they open up a den, you go into the rare den, get the egg, and then you can release the egg back into whichever environment you want to initially release it in to actually get that creature's eggs to start spawning in monster dens and to have that monster actually potentially spawn in the overworld. So this is what you do to actually get a bunch of different species unlocked. There will be timestamps down at the bottom so you can jump specifically to the one that you want, and each of the videos in this series will be split up based on the area. So there's only going to be 2 for now because I did this one while I was editing the video for Canalta Highlands, which is actually a significantly long video. So I thought I'd just throw these out there really quickly. Anyway, I'll let you watch this one, and you can skip ahead to the next monster if you've already done Yian Garuga.
Get to nice one. Okay. So, listen.
Yes.
Alright, so for Plesioth, to get to him, you can go to the central lake spawn point, like if you've been farming the Elder Dragon that you could get to spawn in the demo. Then you go there, and you just sort of head to that very back corner. It's actually kind of easy to accidentally skip over the cave that Plesioth is in and go over to the other one right nearby it. But you just skim along the water until you find it and try to avoid the other Plesioth floating around because this area is actually a little bit challenging early on in the game. So you don't have to fight any of these guys. I'm pretty sure his cave is actually near the invasive. Hold on, or not invasive, but there's a camp you can unlock up here, and there's actually a pretty hard to beat creature semi nearby. So you'll just want to also dodge around that as well. But the Plesioth, you need to be bringing something that can actually shoot fireballs. So Rathalos works. Rathian can do a fire attack if you have her up high enough. Yian Garuga, I can think of some early monsties that have fire attacks, and you will want to have a fire weapon if you want this to be relatively easy. Alright, so now that we're in the correct cave, you can go around and collect all the little glowy points, although to be honest with you, they're useful if you don't know what's going on. But just so you know, you do not have to collect all of them to actually be able to do the fight. Like, if you know what you need to do, because as soon as they spot you, the fight starts, and these are ones you cannot actually run out of. But what you need to do is have your Monstie basically just start pelting it with fireballs. Once you do it enough, and this is a pretty common theme amongst the invasive species, they'll start behaving strangely, and that's usually the part where you've got to do whatever you need to do to trigger the end of the fight. In this case, once Plesioth starts behaving strangely, then you just start wailing on his head with fire attacks. The reason why I say you need a fire weapon, once he goes into that particular mode, your damage is going to be significantly reduced if you're not hitting him with an actual fire weapon. But you just keep cracking him in the head, and eventually you'll break the head, and then he retreats. And you get the egg from this one.
Now's your chance.
Let's see.
Nice one.
Let's see.
Let's go. Counting on you.
Prince, no.
go. Murray! This'll do it. Got it.
Good one.
Counting on you.
Hold on. Yes.
Amazing. Right. Good one.
You too, Captain.
Your Highness! Nice one!
Look at that.
Right behind!
All right.
Alright, so Invasive Seregios is not all that far away from where Invasive Plesioth is, but you'll need to be up on kind of a high shelf to go fight him. So what you need to do is jump to this specific wind lift area, sit in it until you're at the maximum height, and then fly over there. I had a little bit of an issue trying to get high enough to actually land on this ledge. But once you land, the fight's not that bad. You need to bring a hammer weapon with you that has a attack that actually hits multiple targets. And it specifically has to be a hammer, and you do have to have something like Sweet Spot that is an AoE. And you'll see why here in just a minute, so we'll be quiet till the fight starts.
This monster. Even so. Huh? Right.
What's this?
Alright, so he is actually pretty much just going to sit there and spam you, and there's not a whole lot you can do to actually hit him. But you need to get him to where he goes into his behaving strangely type of thing like the other ones. And when he roars in between attacks, because he'll do a roar, he shoots that out, obviously that kills you. So you have to be able to survive at least one turn of having some health knocked out. But he'll roar before doing that attack again. And the color of the roar before he actually does the specific attack tells you what color his attack is going to be. So if you look at the wheel for your attacks, you just need to spin the wheel to make it to where your multi-target attack will actually be the right counter. So like, say if he roars and it produces blue, that means it's going to be speed. So you need to do a technical attack to counter it. And you just kind of keep going along with that. If it's green, then you do power. If it is power or red, you would do speed. So in that case, he did blue. So what I'll do is rotate my stuff around to green, do sweet spot, and we'll finish the fight. This is actually one of the easier ones. So there you go. Once you beat him, you unlock Astalos, which is a pretty cool creature. But that's it for all of the invasive species in Azuria. Next video will be Canalta Highlands. And as always, remember, if I can beat it, so can you.